Welcome to Caranimal Gaming. Here's another Minecraft video from last week's Monday Minecraft Twitch live stream. If you guys do like the video, make sure to hit the like button. Subscribe if you're new and would like to see more content like this, and let me know what you think in the comments.
So I believe the kelp farms that I'm going to be doing are going to be up on this upper level. They're going to be right here on both sides. But we're only going to do one of them today because we do need to get the lights put in here, because if you notice, we got these lights in here now. So we're only going to do one of these sides for the kelp farm, and then you could just reduplicate it for the other side. So let's go ahead and lay out where we're going to be putting our kelp farm, kind of figure out where the hoppers are going to have to go. Through these right here are our Guardian farm lines. What I mean by that is we have back behind here, we have chests and hoppers that go into our sorting system. So we're going to utilize those for putting in our items from this section here. Just kind of go through one of the sides in here. But what we got to do is figure out where we actually need the front, where the bottom's going to go, which I think we're going to use warp blocks. And I did use them. I don't know if anybody noticed, but I did use them down here for the walls, and I still feel like it looks really good. I love using them for this kind of build item. The good contrast, and it's a good color that goes with a prismarine type background. It looks kind of like kelp should be growing off of this as well. So we're just going to use it. We do want to walk around it. We want to at least leave a possibly like a 2 gap right here to be able to walk through, which means that this is going to be glass, which this means this is going to be our main spot where the kelp is going to be growing. Yeah, so we can actually go back to here. When you have to replant the kelp, it's nice to have it a little bit raised, so that way when you come by, you're breaking them all and then replanting them. That way it's a little bit easier for you to actually do it, because if it's down on the ground, it's just awkward, because you have to have an air space basically for you to access it, and so it becomes very awkward. And this will be our area, which I feel like this is a decent size. Put the pistons in first. I think the way that I'm going to do it is I'm going to just create a fake or a temporary block for this back row here, and we're looking at the second from the bottom. Oh wait a minute, I forgot. Well, either way, we need these pistons here, so let's go ahead and place our pistons. Because for some reason, when you break this water block right here or whatever, it like eliminates the water block. I've had this issue before, and so I'm trying to figure out a solution here. I think I'm going to need a water thing on this side, so we're going to break this and move it over 1. Because the whole point of having these lights on this side piece right here is basically to give a lot of light to the plants. Do that. How's that look? And then one more light at the top here. You could fill this all in with glass. This will make it look nice. The trap doors are going to make it so the water can't escape from this bottom part, and you can still access the plants. I might consider putting another light, a line of lights. Maybe that's what I'll do. Right? Yeah, I think that'll look a little bit nicer. So let's go ahead and grab some more of our warped stem or warped warp block. We're also going to need our observers, some redstone dust, and some hoppers, which we already have. Other than that, we're going to need an infinite water source. So we can put redstone dust all along the line here. So now we're going to place the back wall got to make sure to put in your hopper system where it's going to go and give enough room at the top for some water to flow. So we got to make sure that we got that in place before we start putting in any redstone to make sure that we have enough room. We're going to be putting this into that right there. So let's go ahead and place our hopper going directly into that block, but we are going to remove this for right now. I'm sure that everything that is going through here is what we want to go through the sorter, and then we can connect it once we get there. Then we go out as far as the farm is, that far. So we're going to go all the way up to the top on the side here, as well as close off this back piece because you don't want any water flowing out. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to put sea lanterns. So now that we got the hopper system put into place, we got a backing, we got it all surrounded so water's not going to come out. We got to make sure all the sides of this is going to be completely covered. Now we need to actually cover this whole thing up, and eventually when we come back we're gonna put some observers in here, but we'll figure that out once we get this all filled up with water. To get the water to flow the way that you want it to flow, what we got to do is actually close this off like this and then place the water buckets so they will flow the way that you want it to flow. We're gonna have to actually break all of those and go from the back side and completely close this off. That's fine. Let's close this all off. All right, so now that we're looking at it from the back, we took that all out, and that way the water should flow this way. Okay, that's what we're looking for. Unfortunately, with the way that this is set up, it's not like you could place one right here, create that automatic or the unlimited water source that we're looking for. So what we're gonna have to do is actually create a unlimited water source to be able to use this and get it done as quickly as we can. I like doing the 2x2. You can do a 3 where you have one water source block, and then collect in the middle. This one you could collect it on any corner, which is really nice, which I think is just easier in my opinion. All right, and then go back and place a water bucket on each one of these. All right, so now that we have the water flowing this direction, we can close this off. In this case, the best way to go with our redstone here would probably be just to pick a couple random spots. I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3 maybe. 1, 2, 3. And then just put your observers facing inwards. If something changes right there, like it growing, it'll set it off and make the whole thing go. So let's go ahead and place. Boom, it works. Okay, that's what we're looking for. Now we got to fill this whole thing with water. Once we actually get our water source in here, it should create an unlimited water source as long as we're picking it up in the right place, which will eventually make it easy to just fill this up pretty quickly. But once it gets to that last little bit of taking these parts out, then you have to really make sure that you're hitting every single spot in the right place, or you're gonna have some kelp that just floats up to a certain point like that block and it doesn't go all the way up. These side water pieces should replace the water blocks that are destroyed by the pistons. And you do not want to look into the piston when you are placing your water blocks. You want to go out to your solid block on the outside here and place them that way. And if you go out 2 blocks, it should again create that automatic replaceable water source there. And then just keep going. Gather up some more water and then continue. Okay, so now that we got that whole section done, now you just gotta gather up some water, then break that last little bit. But this last little bit is not a solid water block, so if we throw something down right here, it should only go up to this spot right here. I guess we'll see. Yep, see how it just kind of bobs? If you ever have this kind of situation, you got to make sure to go in and make sure that every single spot is a full water block. So right there, that should be this block right here. Now if I skip one and go right here, that should cause that to go skip one right here. Now I can go back down, try to get some more water from a different source, come back up, go to the other side. 1, 2, 3. So now we can exit. Should be good to go. Put our blocks back to where it should be. One other thing that I would suggest is to have some sort of collection system for some kelp to be regrown over here. And since we have all of our kelp going into a furnace, a really easy way to basically cause or at least create some sort of collection system is to turn like 2 of these or 1 of these even the other direction and have like a little chest over here or a shulker box, because you could actually have a shulker box right here coming out, and that one collection system could be enough to be, you know, be adequate to be able to get yourself the kelp that you need to replace the kelp that needs to be regrown. If you think that it's not enough, extend it out another one. Just go to 2 rather than 1. Personally, I would pick a shulker box that looks the same color. This one would be a really good one. Place your shulker box first. I usually have it facing outward like this, and then just go in and take out one of your hoppers and then place it crouched into the shulker box, and then that way it's right there ready and available for you. Then you just have to go back and make sure that you know, you have the redstone in the correct place. Just close it all in, make it look somewhat nice, right? All right, and before we get any further, for this project at least, we got to connect these hoppers, but first we got to clean out everything that is in the hopper already. Let's break this open. We have our line of, oh geez, that's waterlogged. And then we just connect the hoppers directly into there, and it's set. It's ready to go right in. We already got our furnace thing set up. Now all that's left is to plant our kelp, which if you're at an ocean monument like I am, it's as easy as going outside. Gather it all up. Then we just come through here, plant our kelp, and it's good to go. This thing will run and operate. Again, once you start seeing it like not growing, or you know, you're seeing a drop off of production, just come through and break them. All the extra stuff's gonna go up to the top. Anything that's left over you can just grab and replant. All that stuff's gonna go where it needs to go. You're growing some more. And then we have our shulker box over here to the side, which already has 2 in there. Perfect. And we can put some extra in there just to have to regrow whenever needed, and you're set.